How do you get your abs to show without flexing? How do you make them pop and make them more visible? Fortunately, there is a solution for this problem. Unfortunately, it's not easy and it requires work, time, and an element of genetics. Obviously, the genetic factor is out of your control, but don't get me wrong, you can do a lot to improve the visibility of your abs. However, understand that your abs, or at least the shape of your abs, is influenced by your genetics. This is why whenever I give advice about how to develop your abs, I always start by saying that you should never compare your abs to someone else's, but instead you should always strive to improve your particular set of abs. Again, this is because shape, and especially symmetry, is largely a factor of genetic predisposition. With that being said, there is still a lot you can do to improve your abs and have them pop out more. The number one thing that you can do is make sure that you lower your body fat percentage. Remember that you can't target fat burn from the stomach area, so the only way that you're going to get more defined ab muscles is by stripping away the fat from your whole body as one unit. The number one way to do that is by dieting. When trying to burn fat, the most effective way that I found to do this is by sticking to a diet plan that keeps your blood sugar low, which will in turn cause your insulin levels to stay low, and also you must maintain a calorie deficit. Most diets that help you burn fat effectively typically will have certain commonalities, whether it's paleo, ketogenic, Atkins, South Beach diet, carb cycling, intermittent fasting. All of these diets have one thing in common. They all have a relatively high protein intake at about at least 30 to 40% of your daily total calories consumed. Then on top of that, most of these diet plans are limiting or cycling your total daily carbohydrate intake, which allows your body to use more body fat as fuel more often. And then depending on how many carbohydrates you leave in your diet plan, that determines how much fat you take away or add in. So if you have a diet high in carbohydrates, then you're going to have to cut away some dietary fat from your total daily calories. And if you have a diet very high in fat, like the ketogenic diet and the Atkins diet, then you're probably going to be eating very little, if any, carbohydrates at all. I have many videos that you guys can check out that explain what foods are ideal for burning fat, along with many different strategies and different ways that you could portion out your total daily intake of food and calories. But this is super important. You cannot get your abs to pop out and be more visible, especially when not flexing, without lowering your body fat percentage to a pretty low level. Exactly what that level is depends on how and where your body stores its fat. So if you predominantly store your fat in your midsection, then you're probably going to have to get your body fat percentage really low to see visible ab definition. Remember that with dieting, consistency is key. So you can't go on and off with a diet or follow it 75% of the time and then cheat the other 25% of the time while expecting 75% of the results, because that's not at all how it works. When you follow a diet 75% of the time, you get nothing. When trying to burn fat, the best approach that I've ever found is all or nothing. So you have to stick to your diet plan for at least 6 weeks without cheating. Now, of course, once you reach maintenance, it's a lot easier, and you could start incorporating a more flexible dieting approach. However, until then, I'm convinced that the best way to shred enough body fat to see your abs is by going 100% consistently. The second thing that you can do to make your abs pop out more is exercises that will make them bulkier. Based on my experience, one of the best ways to make your abs bulkier is through progressive weight training. This means that not only are you going to be trying to use weights in all of your ab exercises, which I actually very rarely see people doing, unfortunately, but you don't only want to use weights, you want to progress and up your weights that you use over time. Just like bulking up any other muscle, the abs are no different, and they respond very, very well to increasing the weight load over time. I'm a big believer in trying to go heavier with the weights and not going too crazy with the reps. I would definitely recommend keeping your reps under 20 when trying to bulk up your abs. In fact, my favorite way to work the abs for visibility is by doing weighted supersets and trisets, in which you would start with your hardest ab exercise, like weighted decline sit-ups for example, for only 10 reps, and then follow that up with 2 high rep ab exercises still weighted. An example would be to follow up with 12 reps of weighted leg raises and then 20 reps of weighted stability ball crunches, again with the weight behind your head. You can really structure it however you want. The important thing is that you up your weight over time in these exercises as you get stronger. That's it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to this channel to see more tips and tricks just like this one. I'll see you guys next time.